I'd just like to say, chaps, if I was in Middlesex and came across you guys, I wouldn't hit you with my car. That wouldn't be a solution. You're just going to lick me to death, aren't you? You're going to lick me to death. Come on then, let's get on with the walk. Are we all having a trot? Hold on, I changed my mind. Where's my police car? That's a heritage monument you lot are walking over. Reasonably hard climb. I'm definitely getting fitter. The effects of hard climbing, the sweat, the out of breathness, the going bright red, and all the rest of it is the same as it's always been. But my performance has increased. I got up that. That's quite a few feet in the air. That's a slope around about something like that. A bit more maybe. And that's the definition of a cleave in Old English. It still is today. There's still places maybe in your neighbourhood called a cleave, and it means a steep slope. And that word has also been handed down to us in the word cliff. Now a cliff is upright that much, and a cleave is sort of something like that. But it's still there. And Old English is within touching distance of modern English. This is the Ridgeway, not the Ridgeway, it's the Ridgeway of this parish and the parishes around it. In the Saxon Charter it's called the Ridgeway, and exactly as the Ridgeway, the really important Ridgeway that we know that joins up across England various prehistoric monuments. It is named twice in this charter, at the beginning and the end. It starts on the Ridgeway and ends on the Ridgeway. Interestingly, two different spellings while it's doing it. But a Ridgeway is a route that is above the watershed. So in theory, sorry Tweedy, I keep saying this, and I know he's proved me wrong by getting very wet while walking across a Ridgeway. Its purpose is to keep feet dry. More than that, if you were lower down the slope, you'd keep coming across tiny little ravines that, if you got a cart with your produce for market, it'd be impossible to get across. It is an unimpeded route across the country, though the topography of the landscape dictates generally which way you can go. There is a network of ridgeways in England. Now I'm coming across it to have a look at Bincknoll, Bincknoll Fort, Castle as it's called on the map. And this is what it looks like on LiDAR. And I'm sure you'll agree with me, fellow YouTube antiquarians, that doesn't half look like a promontory fort, Iron Age promontory fort. Now the problem is the archaeologists disagree, and they call it a Motte and Bailey, which is not Iron Age but Norman. you know, a good 1,200, 300 years later. So I'm coming to have a look. I can't go around arguing with the archaeologists all the time. They're better qualified than I am. But I mean, just look at it. That looks just like any other promontory fort I've ever seen. So let's take a look and see what we think. And if we have to stick our neck out and have a punch up with the experts, then that is what we must do. Well, it looks Iron Age already. Look at that bank. Well, it's not conclusive. The Motte and Baileys, the Bailey part, and the Motte, were earthen banks. Let's see what else we can see. Sea officers, these are domestic animals reared by hand by farmers over thousands of years, not to be complete pains in the arses, not to be a danger to the... They've been bred not to be dangerous, because when it comes to that fateful time at the ends of their lives, they want it all done and dusted without any drama. So next time you want to move a cow, try talking to him nicely. If you can form a crocodile, please, chaps, and then we'll get on with the tour. Get off my bag, that's my sandwiches. That's a heritage monument you lot are walking over. That behind me must be the Motte. And even if I accept now, the pottery, they say, only goes back to the Roman period. And the question I have to ask is, how confident are you that you can tell the difference between late Iron Age and Romano British burnished ware? And secondly, I can accept this might be a Motte of a Motte and Bailey, but I can't really accept that the typology of this site isn't also that of an Iron Age promontory fort, like any other promontory fort. In which case, I think we're probably... I can't really see any reason why that can't be a burial mound. But you do get Bronze Age burial mounds in Iron Age forts. But then again, twisting the argument back round again, you get all sorts of periods in different sites. So I'm not convinced that you can say this isn't a promontory fort, even if that is the Motte of a Motte and Bailey. This coombe is called the Hollandkume in the Saxon Charter, which means the hollow coombe, and it comes up and becomes the Holland Way. Over there, that wood is Quidhampton wood, and its name, it's not named in the Charter, but its name means in Old English Quadhampton, which would mean quad is dung, so it is the farm of the enclosure of dung. Sorry guys. Bincknoll Castle is an interesting name in itself, but not entirely heroic. Aquil says it's Bincknoll, which means the hill of the knoll of beans, and the English Place Name Society think it's Beln, which means bees, so the hill of bees. So obviously the second one is more romantic, but my job as a YouTube antiquarian is to take all the interesting parts of antiquity and throw them in the bin. So I'm going to go with my mate Aquil and say it's the Bean Knoll. And there's other examples, a place called Binniger, which means bean acre. So that bin, I think it's pretty good.